Welcome back, House Majority Leader Eric Cantor.
Good morning, Brian.
Coming around to endorsing the governor of Massachusetts. Why now? Is it because Virginia is tomorrow?
Well, Virginia is tomorrow, and I went and cast my ballot for Mitt Romney already, and I believe he's going to do really well and capture all the delegates in Virginia, and I think going to have a great night overall. But the reason why I decided to wade into the race and endorse Mitt Romney is because he's the only candidate that has put forward a bold, pro-growth plan to grow this economy. That's the central issue of this election. People want to see a better economic future, and Mitt Romney is the only man in the race who's actually had the experience that will enable him to do that.
I know he endorsed the Ryan plan, which you, of course, are behind. Is your message also to the Tea Partiers who really like you, get behind Mitt Romney?
Well, I mean, it is the reason why I got behind Mitt Romney is because he's willing to try and solve the problems that the country faces. Now, I think the American people, as long as you lay out a solution, that they'll be willing to listen. And, you know, we've got to look towards what the consequences are of this election. We've got to beat Barack Obama. Mitt Romney is the man to do it. He is the only guy who's got the experience to try and deal with these very difficult issues that have eluded Washington thus far.
Leader Cantor, let me ask you, the independents seem to be leaving Mitt Romney a little bit since this intramural battle began, and the approval rating of President Obama has gone up. Does that mean, in your mind, the best thing for the party would be for this to be over quickly, or do you like the Obama-Hillary Clinton sparring session that lasted until June?
Brian, somehow there's a process at work here that I think will allow our party to sort of go through this sort of identifying where perhaps there may be some differences, but then finally come together, transcend them, set them aside, and rally behind a hard-fought message and platform that is directly focused on growing the economy. And I think with Mitt Romney's unveiling of his economic plan last week, that is exactly what's happening now.
Does it bother you that Republicans attacked what many people think are his greatest assets, what he did with the Olympics and his success at Bain? Both have been ridiculed by his opponents, who are, in many people's books, more conservative than he.
Well, you know, listen, campaigns and primaries are just that. It is a process, though, that we will come together behind a pro-growth economic freedom message that is in stark contrast to what the country has in terms of its other option, which is supporting yet a continuation of the failed policies of the Obama administration.
And Leader, you know about the big meeting today between President Netanyahu and President Obama. This could be their last face-to-face before any type of action is taken. What do you think the message should be, and what tone do you think President Obama should take today in today's meeting?
Well, there's a real question about resolve and where the president is. I attended the president's speech yesterday, and I heard him say he doesn't accept a nuclear Iran, and he rejects a policy of containment, which I think was a welcome message. But I do think, after having met with several foreign leaders in the region over in the Persian Gulf and others, and having spoken with the Israeli government, I think there's a real question about the commitment to American leadership and influence. It is the fact that actions speak louder than words. And whether you look at Syria, you look at Egypt, you look at what's been going on with the Palestinians and the UN, you have to question the Obama administration's commitment to follow through on some of the rhetoric.
And from your context with the Jewish community, and you as a Jewish American have as good as anybody, do you think that the Jewish government distrusts the Obama administration, the Israeli government?
Well, I think that, you know, the bonds that tie our two countries is still very strong, and there is bipartisan support in Washington on Capitol Hill supporting Israel's right to defend itself. And I know that that has always been the policy of this country, and I'm hopeful that this president will communicate to our ally and its Prime Minister Netanyahu, that we intend to continue to support Israel's ability to secure itself, as well as obviously look out for U.S. interests as they play out in the region.
All right. He's the majority leader in the House. Eric Cantor endorsing Mitt Romney, also weighing in on the big meeting at the White House today. Thanks so much, and good luck on Super Tuesday.
Brian, thanks.